Welcome to this episode of Upcycling with Deb. I'm your host, Deb Colameta. I'm a mom on a mission, and I'm redefining wealth so that everyone can have their best life. You can reach me on Twitter and Instagram at Deb Colameta, or find me on the website, thedebsite.com. And there you can order my book. You can connect with me. I wrote a book about how my family made thousands of dollars by getting rid of our excess and clearing out and purging our space, and how it really started us on a path for a whole new lifestyle. You know, we try to use our credit card less and try to use cash more, and it's been a wonderful experience for us. And I've been going around to different communities and talking with people and trying to teach them the techniques that we use, the techniques that I cover in my book, Best Offer, Best Life. And one of my favorite things when I'm giving a workshop is to listen to the questions from the audience. So one question that came up recently was regarding payment. And I did highlight this in the book, Best Offer, Best Life, #1 on Amazon. And I wanted to take a minute to expand on what I wrote in the book, and also talk a little bit about what I mentioned during this workshop to this particular participant. One thing that I have noticed has been a game changer for me is using electronic payment in my online yard sale ads. So for example, if I'm selling something, and even if it's a small amount, I'll include, I also accept Venmo, or I'll say cash Venmo accepted. And that has really given some traction to some of my items that maybe have been sitting for a few weeks, or maybe my smaller priced items, or larger priced items, more expensive items, because people maybe don't have the cash to pay right now for, dining room table set. Maybe it's a couple of $100s, and maybe it helps them out if they can use a credit card or an electronic form of payment. I never advise people to use or accept checks. Just a bad idea all around. You could not only risk having the check bounce, but it could actually be a fraudulent check or a scam. So you don't want any part of that. So in this case, cash is queen. I love cash. There's nothing like the feeling of cold hard cash in your hands, especially after a sale. And usually the whole cold hard cash doesn't even make it into my wallet. I'll usually, put it in an envelope and go right to the nail salon, or, use it for something to experience with my family. So cash is always a great way to accept payment for items on the yard sales. But Venmo and also PayPal are other options. The reason I started using these electronic options is because I was getting a lot of requests for porch pickup. And this works out for me because even if I'm at home, I can stay inside my house. I don't even have to interact with the person. I don't have to feel like, they're coming into my space, anything like that. I can just have them pay for it ahead of time. And then if I'm not home, I don't have to worry so much that they're going to take off with the item. So that's one thing that I've been recommending, is to perhaps consider, the best resource for you, but to use an electronic form of payment. And then that's also related to porch pickup, the topic that I talk about in the book and also during the workshops. I feel like it's okay to give my address to people when the sale is conducted through Facebook and we know mutual people. If it's somebody from my town and we have several friends in common, then I don't really worry too much about giving them my home address. And that way it's easier to do like a porch pickup, so I don't have to be around to transact the sale. I would never give my home address to someone from an anonymous app, or someone who we have no mutual friends in common on Facebook. Just not a good idea at all. It's not worth any amount of money to disclose that type of information. And even when I do know mutual friends, but it's a stranger on Facebook, I still give my address cautiously. So these are just some additional tips that I wanted to add. We talk about it in my workshop. I have loads more tips, and I love to incorporate the stories that I hear from people when I'm on the road giving this workshop. So hopefully you'll check one out in person soon. If you want to get in touch with me, find out when my upcoming workshops are, you can go to the website, thedebsite.com. I hope you'll reach out. Let me know about your selling success and your questions. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for giving me your most valuable asset, which is your time. And thank you also to Stoneham TV. You can listen to this podcast, but thanks to Stoneham TV, you can also watch the podcast through their website and also through their TV channel. So we thank them for their collaboration and for their help in producing this. We'll see you next time with more tips on how you can start upcycling your life.